Hello class, this is Nick Mellon with your Student Safety Minute. In this Student Safety Minute, we'll be going over personal protective equipment. The definition of personal protective equipment is a specialized piece of clothing or equipment worn by employees for protection against health and safety hazards. Personal protective equipment is designed to protect many parts of the body, such as eyes, head, face, hands, feet, and ears. Some proper techniques when using your PPE. One, identifying the appropriate PPE based on the hazards of the task or work area. Make sure that you have the right PPE for the right job. You don't want to go in there with the wrong PPE because then you just run a lot of risks and hazards. Point number two, providing and paying for the required PPE that you're supposed to have through your company. Some companies provide the PPE while others make you pay for it. I myself, from experience, have gotten PPE from companies. Some has quality, some doesn't. Make sure that even if the company provides it, make sure that you yourself even provide yourself with quality PPE, because some companies don't have the quality PPE that they can provide, but it's the minimum thing that they can protect, that you can protect yourself with. So, you know, make sure that you buy quality PPE. Third point is enforcing the proper use of PPE. By enforcing the proper use of PPE, you make sure that your employees and others around you have a better sense of how the PPE works and how to use it, and make sure that there's no improper use of PPE. The fourth point, maintaining PPE in a clean and reliable condition. By maintaining your PPE in a clean and reliable condition, you better how can I say, you give the longevity to the PPE. That's what keeping it clean and reliable. Plus, also keeping it clean and reliable helps you see, certain cracks or damages that might occur on your PPE, which you can better see, so you can assess on probably buying more or new PPE, if that happens. The fifth point I want to make is training employees how to properly use PPE. By training your employees how to properly use PPE, they can perform their job the right way, and they can better protect themselves. So make sure that that's a technique that you train your employees, also train your coworkers, I should say, not just employees, on how to properly use it, because honestly, it's your last line of defense. Some examples of personal protective equipment are goggles, gloves, safety glasses, respirators, fire retardant clothing, steel-toed boots, Tyvek suits, hard hats, and other garments or equipment designed to protect your body from injury. At the bottom of this slide, I put a YouTube video to better explain how certain PPEs work. It's pretty much basic video on basic PPE that you might experience with a job. For my real life experience with PPE, I'd have to say PPE to me about 9 months ago, when I was working for Rain for Rent. We went over PPE every single day over our JSA, which is the job safety analysis, which would cover our hazards of what we're going to be doing every day, and pretty much it covers the tasks that we're doing, all the hazards, and the personal protective equipment needed to do those certain tasks. So PPE pretty much played a role in my life every day when I went to work. And honestly, if I didn't have PPE when I worked there, I wouldn't have performed half the jobs that were expected of me to do, because a lot of it was dealt with chemical handling, and we had to wash a lot of parts that had oil-filled chemicals that we did not know about on them, and it was a pretty dirty job. But without that PPE, I wouldn't have done half the stuff that I would have done with that company. But what was really good about Rainfront is they stress safety and proper use of PPE. So you got a real good sense of being safe in the work area, especially enforce they enforce proper use of PPE, and it was definitely a good positive company when it comes to using PPE. This concludes the Mod 2 for Student Safety Minute on personal protective equipment. Thank you, class.